Hello everybody, Suzy Woo here, astrologer, medium, healer, cool person. Nice to see you today. Well, I wanted to talk to you guys about the current astrology, so don't freak out. We're about to have a lunar eclipse, and it's not the end of the world, I promise. And then the second eclipse that belongs with this one is at the end of the month. First one we have is on the 14th in the wee hours. Well, I'm in New York, so... And then the other one is on the 29th. The one we have tomorrow is a lunar eclipse, lighting up Virgo energy. And with the South Node in Virgo, meaning the North Node is in Pisces. In addition to yesterday's Saturn conjunct the Sun, or the Sun conjunct Saturn. This is a potential for, well, Saturn is about sobriety. Straighten up. The nodes for the next year and a half in Pisces and Virgo means we need to excrete narcissism, perfectionism, the never-ending health scare. And we need to lean in towards more spirituality, living in a place of compassion. This is what is so desperately needed in our world. Don't you agree? I anticipate big things are going to continue to be revealed from the 2020 global shutdown. And unfortunately, a lot of those things are going to be impacting children. Let's just look at the eclipses. For these 2 weeks, the rest of this month, from March 14th to March 29th, I wouldn't recommend launching anything or starting anything. I would recommend a lot of prayers and meditation. I would recommend a lot of journaling. I would recommend being very intentional on what you consume. And when I say consume, I don't only mean food. I mean the environment. Like, don't just have the radio on all the time in the background or the TV on all the time in the background, because that is subconsciously, it's still coming into your nervous system and it's going to impact you. Think about if you're trying to write a paper and or an article or something, or you're trying to read a book and the radio or the TV is on. Those other words and sentiments and emotions are there, and they're going to impact you, and you're not going to be able to have clarity on what you're writing or reading, right? So when I'm writing, I always have music with no words on. Like some nice spa music or some nice frequency music, like 528 hertz, for example. And that helps to kind of relax and mellow the nervous system, kind of recalibrate to Mother Earth's heartbeat, and you'll be able to get to where you're going that way. There's going to be a lot of natural endings, because Pisces is the final sign of the zodiac, and it does have to do with closure. It has to do with endings. Natural endings. That's out of our control. So what needs to leave your life, allow for it. Look for the great. Look for the greater good of what gets taken away. What did this try to teach me? And am I applying the lessons? If it's something that's repetitive, then that means you didn't get the lesson. You didn't apply the lesson. You weren't paying attention. And so the same thing is going to keep on circling around and smacking you again. How about now? How about now? When are you going to finally get and apply the lesson? So pay attention to what is trying to depart and let it go. You cannot move into healthy new energy carrying a whole lifetime's worth of baggage. Let it go. Let it go. You can't take it to where you want to get going, right? It's like you can't get on a plane if you have 100 million pounds of baggage, right? It's like that. This whole health crisis, oops, I didn't mean to say that. There may be a health crisis. I kind of like the fact that Saturn and the Sun got together yesterday. I used to hate Saturn because I have a yod to Saturn, the finger of God or finger of fate. But I have now come to learn that the high road of Saturn is self-mastery. So Saturn ain't such a bad guy after all, as long as you mind your P's and Q's. I don't drink anymore, so we're not going to talk about pints and quarts. That's what P's and Q's actually represented. But really, this whole thing about sobriety, Saturn, sober. But Saturn is also time, chronos, limits, limitations. You can't pass go without paying that gatekeeper $200 in Monopoly. That's Saturn. Saturn in Pisces, what is your plan? Are you opening a spiritual practice or business? It's great for that. You have to have a plan. Now, the whole balance of March 2025, I wouldn't launch. But I would collect information. I'd be doing my field research, data analysis, because that's Virgo stuff. And the way that we see things is starting to change as well. I kind of feel like saying data calibration. And being stringent, but not too stringent that we never start. This is a great time for your research, data collection, forgiveness, because that's Pisces, where the Sun is. Only for another week, and then it's going to be fiery Aries season. But not so fast, because Mercury and Venus started off this month in fiery Aries. On the 1st of March, Venus went retrograde. Still in Aries, but she's going to go back into Pisces. And the same with Mercury. So the day after this eclipse, Mercury goes retrograde. And because the eclipse is Virgo, its ruling planet, not quote, it is ruling planet, is Mercury. Mercury's going retrograde. So this is going to be a crazy kind of an eclipse. And what you start gets eclipsed. It'll be like it never happened. It's kind of like a void of course moon. And if you are a water sign, more importantly, if you're a moon sign, which is Cancer, the moon sign is Cancer. If you're a Cancer, you're always going to be impacted by the lunar eclipses, or if you have a nighttime chart, if you were born at nighttime, or if you were born in the daytime, or are a Leo, then you are sun ruled, and then you're going to be more impacted by the solar eclipses, and that's the one that's happening on the 29th, at least here in New York. And so you do want to be taking excellent care of your health, but not too strenuous. You want to be taking excellent care of your feet. Watch your step so that you don't walk into, a block of concrete or you drop a knife on your foot. Take excellent care of your feet. Great time to clean your bedroom because Pisces rules where we sleep. You might want to... I wouldn't do beautification things. No beautification procedures when Venus is retrograde. Don't change your hairstyle or your hair color. Don't get a new tattoo because once Venus goes direct, which is not until mid-April, once she goes direct, you'll be like, oh my God, what have I done? You don't want to be getting a brand new wardrobe and ditching your old one. Those kinds of things off limits when Venus is retrograde. But I will say that when Venus is retrograde, Venus is a beneficial planet like Jupiter, and she can't really be bad. Even if she's retrograde, she's still good. She's still shining. We just don't put a lot of external effort into the things that Venus represents, which is our finances, our relationships, the things that we desire. And beautification. Those things. And then Mercury ruled things, because Mercury's going retrograde on the 15th, are going to be anything to do with communication. And so really, double check your ticket, double check your flight times, make sure to get there extra early. That's how you work with these energies. I wouldn't say like, don't travel, don't do this. Although they do say don't get married when Venus is retrograde, but I know a couple that got married when Venus was retrograde and they're still very happy. You have to do your own research and be the living proof. Like, why would you listen to anybody else if it doesn't make sense? Put it to the test. And when you know that it's right, then that's what you go with. It's what works for me, because as a Scorpio rising, I don't trust anybody or anything. I need to be able to see it, feel it, do it for myself to believe it true. And then I teach it. But I'll tell you the same thing. Don't take my word for it. You have to put this to the test for yourself. All right, that being said, what else about the rest of this month? Immunity. Take excellent care of your immune system. Things that I love to add supplemental-wise is colloidal silver. Big fan of colloidal silver. I'm also a big fan of using diatomaceous earth. And I'll use it in a smoothie because it's fossil flower. Make sure it is food grade. Okay? And I recommend, I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist, disclaimer, a week on, you add a teaspoon to your smoothie, have a teaspoon a day for a week, and then stay off of it for a week, and then go back on for a week, and then off for a week. And I would do that for a month. That's what I would do. Because what it helps to do is eliminate parasites. We all have parasites. We all have bacteria. We don't want the parasitic activity, and we want to have the good bacteria going on, because that's what takes care of us and keeps us in balance. I know I'm forgetting something. The eclipses are going to be very substantial for Virgo and Pisces and for Cancer. At the end of the month, the eclipse on the 29th is going to be very strong for Aries energy and the fire signs. That's going to include Leo and Sagittarius. And I'm really liking the energy as we move into April. But on the 30th of March, again, that's Eastern time, Neptune is moving in, leaving its home sign of Pisces and moving into Aries. And we will have passed the vernal equinox, which is the first day of Aries as well. This is definitely going to be a very fiery time, but also with Mercury and Venus slipping back into Pisces, it's hurry up and wait. Ooh, I'm all excited, but not yet. It sucks. It's like, oh, I won the prize. And it feels like it's sand going through your fingertips. Or, oh, I won the prize, but you have to wait 6 weeks to get it. That's what we're in right now. So you want to learn how to work with what we have. And it is a more internal energy until the 20th, but those two planets are still, personal planets are still retrograde. Once we get to the middle of April, I would say go for it. Go after what it is that you want. Right now, though, we can't see everything. We don't have all the information. We don't have everything we need to make an informed decision. And those that we might be accusing right now, we're going to realize we falsely accused when those personal planets go direct again. And we're going to come back with our tail between our legs and asking for forgiveness. So I would just kind of keep your temperament at bay. Journal, write down things that are on your mind, things that you want to say, but don't say them yet. Get through this pair of eclipses and see what life is trying to take away. What is life trying to eliminate? It could be something from your diet. With Saturn, Sun yesterday, that is about, we're in Pisces season, it's detox. It's detoxing. It is taking great care of your gut biome, because that is your second brain after all. If you eat a lot of crap, then you're going to get brain fog. And for all that's holy, do not drink cola, please. Your body will thank you. And so will your teeth and your skeleton and your gut and your brain. in all of your cells because it's acid. All right, what else? Clean, fresh, living water. Clean, fresh, living water. If you live in a city, do not drink the tap water. If you live where there's a well, use the UV light. In fact, not an endorsement or anything, but I do use this. It has a UV light in the top, and it helps to eliminate the negative bacteria in the water. All right, that's that. What else? I always recommend staying prayed up, staying spiritually connected, or going vertical, as I like to say, because you have a myriad of angelic beings, spirit guides that are around you all the time. They are waiting for you to ask them something. So you don't want to be like, well, I want to wait till something really big. Don't do that. They've been assigned to you. So when you need help, ask. My angels, I'm really stuck. Please light up something to show me the way. My spirit guides, please show me something. Please indicate what are my best steps forward. As simple as that. It doesn't have to be this big, long hemming and hawing. Come out and ask. Oh my God. And then when you do, then your angels are like, yeah, I finally get to do something. What took you so long? Develop a relationship with your spirit guides. They are there for you. Talk to them. Think to them. It's way easier after the thought comes down to concretize it with your words, and then to go even further, write it down so that it becomes tangible. When you have it written down, it reinforces it that much stronger. It's part of manifestation 101. Your spirit guides can hear your thoughts. And your thoughts do create a frequency. But when you speak it, now it has more oomph. And then when you write it, now it has even more So it's kind of like digging in, like you're really planting that seed. And then let it be nurtured. Shower it with love. Support what it is that you want by taking positive actions, by moving into wonderful belief that you're eligible for what it is that you want, and then get yourself in alignment to receive it. That's how to manifest. All right. I'll cut it right there. Enjoy this crazy eclipse season. Keep it zipped if I were you. Until the end of the month, you and your loved ones, maybe your boss and co-workers, you can thank me later. I'm Suzy Woo. If you'd like to see how this is playing out personally in your chart, feel free to go to my website, suzy-woo.com, and you can choose book a reading. I do this work online around the world, and I will see you soon. Oh, hey, I'd love if you would like and share my video too. Help me get some traffic going on my YouTube channel. Thank you.